Nikke dailies are surprisingly involved. Every decision has long-lasting impact on your account and growth. You won't want to miss this video, especially because there may be something that you are not doing. This is a straight up walkthrough regarding dailies and what you should do each time you log in from the perspective of an endgame account. My decisions are all business-based around the dollar value of resources. That makes this information still useful for veteran players and new players alike. So please consider a subscribe and a like. And now let's get into what I do as somebody that spends as little as possible, aside from skins, and what I do each day when I log in. The first thing I want to mention is the Discord community sign-in event. This is on the main Nikke Discord, and apparently if you click this button to sign in, you connect your account, you get some gems, you get some core dust, some credits, some battle data, a little extra gems does not hurt as well. So it's an easy little thing to do. Okay, so now that we've logged in, let's go get our free shit from the shop. Collecting the daily. If it's a weekly, collect the weekly. If it's a monthly, collect the monthly. Let's move to the shop. Now, common shop, we buy the free thing. I generally don't spend any gems on any of this stuff. It's usually not a great value in my opinion. You can get more for your gems elsewhere. Always remember to refresh. Again, free thing only, not the rest of the shop. Now, if you were faced with the decision to trade credits for core dust or battle data, I always do that. And the reason for that is because credits have the lowest value compared to every other consumable in the game. We get it just about everywhere in the game. It's also the cheapest thing to buy for cash, for dollars. And you can verify that by going to the cash shop and having a look. If you have a look, you can see $20 for this new Nikke upgrade package will get you 100 credits, where $20 would normally get you 60 core dust. Battle data conveniently not there. Now you do get this rare package where you can get $20 for 180 core dust. This is pretty good, but it doesn't always show up. Step up package is a little bit different as well. You can spend 25 and get some core dust. Not great. This is the usual event package that you will get, where it's the typical $20 for 100, $20 for 60. The custom package is amazing. Here's where you can see the best value for buying credits. You can see you get 3 times as many credits as you do for battle data and core dust. And going along to the monthly and weekly as well, you can see weekly 150 credits for $10 versus 90 core dust for $15 and 90 battle data for $20. Shift Up's really telling you here how much these consumables are worth. Now, monthly is obviously your best value for money. You can get the same amount of core dust and credits for 20, a little bit less battle data for 30. Over in the Union Chip shop, not something I buy every day. This would be topic for another video. For the body label shop, I tend to skip re-energy always, but if it's any other body label on discount, I buy it. Any extra body labels, it's going towards Pilgrim consoles because it's going to increase your Pilgrim's attack. It's a very small amount, but when it comes down to it, especially at the highest level, these very, very small figures count up, especially over time. In the arena shop, I always go for the elemental manuals. Now, I've got plenty of iron here. I don't need any more iron. I definitely do need the water. And so how many you actually want to have is 1440, 1440, because that is how many elemental manuals that you will need in order to take all skills to level 10 for a brand new Pilgrim that you might, Shift Up might release, and you want to 10 out of 10 everything about that character. That gets you ready. I have a little bit extra. It's nice to have a little bit extra. Sometimes you get, during a half anniversary, we can expect to get 1 Pilgrim, 1 overspec, or something of that variation. We can expect to get 2 characters where we will most likely want to bring all of their skills to level 10. So it's nice to go above that 1440. And of course, the code manual selection box is something you may also consider buying. You may not always need to buy it. Depending upon how much you have in terms of these code manuals, you may actually need to dip in and buy these. I've got over 3,000, so I'm not looking to buy more. That's something you might buy, especially if you're relatively new or if you've just neglected hoarding code manuals. And something that you could also consider buying is the manufacturer's arms furnace. Depending upon where you are in the game, you may have gotten lopsided in T9 manufacturer gear. And this is just a way to RNG roll it into a manufacturer of your choice, but you can't choose whether it's supporter, attacker, defender, or what type of piece it is out of that. So it's not the best thing ever, but if you get really lopsided in gear, you may actually consider getting some of these as well. In the mileage shop, let's definitely use our silvers to get the best duplicates of the best treasure units. In my case, I'll be getting mine on Moran because Moran has this mega ultra caster's attack scaling. My Privity's already max core. This is something that happens from having played the game for a long time. There is a Privity event. Maybe it's still going on, and you can max out your Privity that way. However, Moran is the very obvious choice. Zwei does not have that type of scaling that Moran has with duplicates. Never, ever, ever use your gold mileage on the... You will always want to save your gold mileage for the 1% banners for when pilgrims come out. Or if you're just a diehard collector and you really, really need a unit or a waifu that didn't come your way from polls, but really just try to save it for pilgrims, 1% banners. That's really where you get the most out of your mileage. So the recycling shop is really, really interesting. Broken cores are pretty easy to spend if you keep up with your co-ops. It's easy to buy out the shop. You obviously want the consumables. The vouchers you buy as needed. Naturally, the pilgrim ones have the most value because you can bring up your pilgrim to rank 40 in the advice section. All other manufacturers outside of overspec, it is 30. So pilgrim is the most mileage. Abnormal is actually a good shout out because you cannot give advice to abnormal units. So you may find that you actually also need to buy some of these every once in a while. And if you don't know, Darling for a Day, while you can use it on everybody equally, they do give a little bit less mileage compared to the manufacturer specific ones. So buy as needed, but honestly prioritize the consumables. Don't, in my opinion, don't buy the vouchers over the consumables. Just don't do that. Now, let's get into how we want to spend our rusted bones, because this is a big deal. The maintenance kit box is an obvious one. We always want to prioritize the maintenance kit box. Upgrading dolls, treasuring our units is so obvious. We definitely want to do this all the time. Get these ASAP. Now with your leftover rusted bonies, you're going to need to figure out whether or not you need good teamwork boxes, which gives you a flat amount of credits and ultra boost modules used for upgrading T9 gear. Or if you actually need T9 gear, if you're missing that, you're going to need to get these curated manufacturer's arms. When you get 200 of them, you get a selector box and you get to choose which gear you want for which manufacturer. Normally, outside of the Lico Rico collab, normally we get one set of rusted bones for 2 shops. You'll get, if you get a top 10% score in co-op, you get 19,000 rusted bones. So that's something even a newbie can do. And if you need help, I mean, you can join the Discord. We run co-ops all the time. And that will lock you into 19,000. And with 19,000 for 2 shops, generally, this is the one. So ignoring the Lico Rico collab area, this is what you can normally expect. You get 20 good teamwork boxes available, 5 maintenance kits boxes available, and 3 curated arms of 20 available. 10 of these maintenance boxes is 6,000 bones, so that takes us down to 13,000. 2 sets of the curated arms boxes takes us up to 9,000, and 20 of the good teamwork boxes takes us up to 10,000. So you can't buy everything in the shop with a top 10% finish, so you really need to know what it is that you need to prioritize here. So a really good way to figure out what you want to buy is to understand how much gear you have, what the releases are going to look like, and being prepared for them. Because the most important thing is when a new pilgrim comes out, such as the half anniversary, we need to be ready to equip that character with OL gear. It's going to be the most impactful thing you can do, one of the most impactful things that you can do for your account. And so if you don't have that gear, you're really going to want it, because that unlocks way more attack damage, way more elemental damage, and anything extra that you might need, like ammo. Something I do is I keep track of the gear that I need. So as ugly as this might be, this box is really important, because this box tells us for 1 year of playing Nikke, we can expect 5 pilgrims to come out, about 1 overspec. Now this can vary, and we do get about 3 limited units. That's including the summer and the winter units. So 5 pilgrims comes from 1 at Half Annie, 1 in the summer. We got 1 in the summer last year, so assuming that repeats, we get 2 at Annie, and then at New Year's we get 1 as well, and that's 5. We got about 1 overspec a year, so we got Roppy Red Hood at the beginning of last year, and then before that was Mihara, so we're due for 1 this year. Maybe we'll get 2. We might get 1 less pilgrim this year, and we'll get 2 overspecs. We'll see. And then for limited units, last year we got Diesel and Brid, which are on the best fire teams now over winter, and Summer Eleg. She was previously on the best water team. I think that's been replaced by Privity now, but you can expect that the limited summer unit is going to be really a best in slot. And when you add all these different units up, that's 36 pieces of gear. That's a lot of gear that we need throughout the year. So whether you're a new player and you're getting RNG gear boxes through going through the campaign, or completing challenge missions through dailies, because you do get 1 from completing X amount of anomalies, we don't reliably have a way to get this gear all the time, and we can't reasonably buy it for cheap from the shop, from the cash shop. So if you check, a T9 gear currently is going to cost you $55 from this new Nikke upgrade pack, $55. It's not here. Same in here, $55 again. And if you're part of the, and you get this once per year package, this commander package, where you can get 1 for $15. So while you can get 1 for $15, there's not many opportunities. And if you need more, it's incredibly expensive. Ain't nobody want to buy this for, no way am I spending $55 on this. Are you crazy? Absolutely not. So you're gonna want to keep track of the gear that you need. And so I use a spreadsheet. This helps me out. There's also the anomaly section where if you tap into the boss, you'll be able to see. So going to the equipment ownership button up here, you can see what you're missing. Nice little red exclamation points. Lets me know I'm missing Elysian, Missilis, Elysian over here. Ooh, real bad on the gloves. Real bad on the gloves. Even missing Pilgrim gloves. Boots, missing an abnormal boot. Lots of Elysian missing. So you're probably like, what the hell? How are you missing so much gear? Why are you missing so much gear? Listen, shh. That's a story for another time. 1 too many drinks one night. Anyway, I'm missing a lot of Elysian gear. I see how much selectors I have. I see how much I need in order to meet all of this gear. You know, that's relative to how much I'm missing. Then let's understand pilgrims. I'm actually looking pretty good on pilgrims. We don't always get a pilgrim attacker. So missing out on the glove isn't going to be too painful. I've got tons of other pilgrim gear, so I'm looking good there. abnormals I tend to not build, so it's not so bad. Now it's really the Missilus and the Elysian gear that I'm looking out for. We've been getting a lot of Elysians over the past year. We've been getting so many Elysian units that want gear, or in my case, I like to upgrade them so they need quite a bit of gear. And this is why, on top of a really unfortunate decision and the past year of Elysians that we've been getting, I'm really hurting for Elysian gear. So I have to actually keep track of this. Now, everything is a trade-off, right? If I'm spending my rusted bonies on curated boxes, that means I'm not getting the good teamwork boxes. That means I'm missing out on credits from good teamwork. So if you look at it, good teamwork boxes are a flat amount of credits. So let's see what this is. All right, so let's assume that I need gear, right? I want gear. I can tell that I want gear because I want to be ready for any new units that come out, okay? That's my priority right now, right? So I've spent 15K out of my 19K to get all that gear, to get the curated boxes, to get the maintenance kit boxes. Now I've got 4K left for the good teamwork boxes. So 4K, that's 16 boxes, which is not bad. Now let's say I didn't spend 9K on the gear boxes. That means I can get up to 36 good teamwork boxes instead, a difference of 20. Now that difference is 800K of credits, which is not a negligible amount of credits. I think it's about 1 million for me to level up. So it gets me close to a level. For somebody who's got a lower outpost level, that means that these go a lot further for you, because your outpost is what determines how many credits you get from your consumables and how much you get over time. So it's going to be really worth it, a little bit more in some cases, depending upon your level. It's a decent chunk, isn't it? However, think back to the cash shop, right? In the cash shop, there's something called a custom package. And we can get 480 credits, we can get 480 1-hour credit boxes for $20. So if you love this game, you live in NYC, you can go shovel some snowed up sidewalks, get yourself $30 in Mom Donnie bucks with money left over to hit up McDonald's dollar menu. Still called that. It's called the saver menu here. Is okay. You get what I'm saying. You can easily get this if this is something that really matters to you. And how much does 480 1-hour credit boxes net you for $20? At my outpost level, 400 credit boxes nets me 32.7 million credits for $20. And what's the difference of not getting the good teamwork boxes? 800K credits. Going back to the shop, we saw how much T9M gear costs. $55 for one. 1 year out, you can buy one for $15. You need 4 per character. What does that tell you? Shift Up is telling you gear is a high dollar, scarce item. Credits, you get it everywhere. Anywhere, everywhere, and you get it for so cheap. So that doesn't mean you don't get the good teamwork boxes if you really need the credits, especially if you're somebody who's free to play. But what it does tell you is it tells you that one is worth more than the other. Make a decision that's best for your position, what you can afford, what you can do. In most cases, I like getting that T9 gear, but when I get enough T9 gear, yes, I will switch over to buy more good teamwork boxes, because when you have enough gear, you've got enough. But at my stage, I still need gear. And how else can you get gear if you're not buying it in the shop? It's the T9, it's the anomaly bosses. But digging into that even deeper, look at the anomaly bosses. If you're going to do dailies for gear, it doesn't guarantee the gear that you want. It's RNG. Yes, it's boot, glove, but it doesn't guarantee the manufacturer. And what are you giving up instead? You're giving up Kraken. And what do you get from Kraken? You get rocks. And what are rocks? The scarcest, highest dollar value item in the game. You get 8 rocks for $55. You already know 4 of them are required to OL 1 piece of gear. And how far does 4 rolls get you after that? Not only that, let's say you get 1 line you want, you're up to 2 rocks per roll. Eventually you get 2 lines you want and you need that 3rd one. That's 3 rocks per roll. And this is the end game frontier. This is the last thing that you need, and that makes your account the most powerful, because you get up to 50, you get like 50% attack, you get over 100% extra elemental damage. This is the biggest difference. And the way and the importance that investments have. I mean, let's say you've got some guy who's level 600 synchro. He went all the way with his good teamwork boxes. He didn't get any gear. He doesn't have the gear. He skipped over rock investments. He doesn't have the investments that somebody who is at 500 synchro has. But that 500 synchro, they have characters that are doing 150% extra damage. They have more ammo. That level 600 synchro is not doing the damage the 500 guy is doing. And don't even get me started if somebody made some goofs. Somebody's got a pulley kitted out with 5 OLs, black defense lines. Don't even get me started there. It happens. It's real. And you don't want to be in that position. So my advice is don't pass up rocks. Most importantly, do not pass up rocks. Make sure you've got enough gear before you go into good teamwork boxes. Keep track of your gear. Make sure that you are getting ahead of the pilgrim drops. It's just over a month out from half anniversary. You can expect a pilgrim, possibly over spec units. We can always speculate. Just kind of be prepared. Honest is a tetra, right? Pilgrim. The exchange shop, you mostly want to stay away from. The one thing that you may want to do is the re-energy shop. Make sure that you're aware it's every 20 levels that you get to re-up your re-energy. You want to hover above 500 re-energy to be ready for that next level up. So this is one spot where you can spend some. I mean, I've got 2,000 right now. I know I can spend 1,000 and I'll be okay. Actually, I am going up 2 levels, so I'm not going to spend too much. I just want to be ready. Level up first. Get that fresh level up first. I'll go into that in a different video when you level up, because you should not be leveling up all the time. And so I'm just going to do something light, you know. Get your level up first, then come back here and transfer over your re-energy. For outpost defense, I'm late. Something I always like to do is I actually like to wipe out 4 gems. It costs 50 gems for your first one. You get credits, battle data, core dust, get some extra loot too. More re-energy, which gets you more body labels, some modules, and a chance at getting some gear to upgrade your gear. So I like to do 2. I'm a little bit skint, so I don't really like to go to the 101. If you really care about boosting your synchro level high, you can do 5 of these. Getting 5 of these, if you were a day 1 player getting 5 of these, you'd be higher level than me. You'd be over level 700 synchro. Take that with a grain of salt. I'm not doing the math in front of you, but it doesn't hurt to spend a little bit of gems here. And if you compare the cost of, say, 100 gems, I'm getting 223 core dust, all this credits, all this battle data. Let's go to the shop where you can spend gems on sale for this 1 hour box of 2. A 1 hour box of 2 core dust. That's 72 gems, so it's a little bit cheaper. I'm spending 100 there. That's 72. For 2 of these, it gets me 222, even less. And then I'm missing out on the battle data, the credits, the gear upgrade stuff. You generally don't want to buy that, in my opinion, unless you just love to waste gems. Don't do it. For advice missions, quick advice all the way. Velvet stays starred because she's a top tier waifu. Save gifts for the meta units or waifus. Collab units can only receive gifts to increase rank. Share your friends. What up, friends? Get your stuff. Ooh, solo raid ranking reward. 3,000. Small flex. That was fast, wasn't it? Small flex for the solo raid ranking. 86th place. Top Pundi for solo raid. check my next solo raid video. Moving on, simulation room, always quick finish this. Same deal for interception, quick finish interception, Kraken only. Highest value item, Kraken only. Arena, always go for the easiest kill, generally at the bottom, always quick battle, go through it real quick. The reason you quick battle and you go for those easy wins in interception in Rookie Arena is because you do get a large amount of core dust when you win X amount of battles. Notice clearing interception as well also gives you a chance at some gear. Slow and unreliable. RNG box. And of course, always do the manufacturer tower when it's up. Now for the event, the Lico Rico event is special. The most important, for the Lico Rico event, you do your challenge every day, you do the story modes every day, you log in, you do the mini game, collect the mini game awards if you can be bothered. Try to do co-op every day, at least normal. Try to do it if you can. The most important thing is making sure that you're ready for when the hard mode stage is unlocked. That's about what, 2 weeks in? Correct me if I'm wrong, 2 weeks in. And you are going to want to purchase all of the event stage currency. Now you're gonna be like, damn, that's 1,400 gems. That's less than half of a 10 pull. So under 5 pulls. Now let's be reasonable. Are you gonna get a SSR in under those 5 pulls? Wait, you are? Could you share some of that luck with me? We're gonna buy all of these for 1,400 gems because you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take these and make sure that you don't do this before the hard mode stage opens, and that's because you won't be able to refresh your event stage currency each day. So you make sure you do this. So once you have all of these event stage currencies, you go through the list starting from stage 1, get up to finish them all off, and then you can choose between stage 11, 9, and 7. And that's where you get either 4 core dust boxes, 4 battle data boxes, and 4 credit boxes. So remember, core dust being higher value than credits, battle data being the highest value. Really try to prioritize either credits or battle data. If you're truly free to play and you need the credits, naturally you can go for the credits. It's really based on what you need in order to increase your level, increase your synchro. If you can prioritize one of the higher value consumables so that if you do spend a little bit of money, you do get a little bit of extra credits. You can get more for your money by spending it on credits rather than on core dust or battle data, because you're getting it here and you get a lot here. So we bought 70 stage runs. So you get 5 every day. So that's why I'm at 74. I just ran one. So you get 70 times 4 is 281 hour boxes. At my outpost level, that's just over 31,000 core dust, and I need 17,000 to level up. So that accounts for 1 whole level and 92% of another level for me. And we get an event, we get a new event, that wraps up in about a month. So I think the Lico Rico event is about 3 weeks, right? So then you'll get another event after that ends almost immediately, which then sets you up to get into another hard stage. And what that means is over time, let's say you're playing for a long time, over 12 months, you're getting 1 plus extra level over 12 months. You might get that 20 level breakpoint over a year. You've been playing this for a year. This game's coming up on the 4-year anniversary this year, right? Dude, we're talking like over 80 levels from doing this. If you did this religiously, we're talking about that's probably up like 100 levels, isn't it? I think that's a fair statement to make. I'm not doing the math in front of me, so take it a grain of salt, but I think we can reasonably conclude that is that many levels. And think about what that does. That sets you apart in terms of the competition, or you getting through campaign and hard stages. That's really what you want synchro for. A lot of the higher end players like having synchro for union raiding. That's the next area. Naturally, solo raid synchro levels does not matter. Also helps with tribe tower. So synchro does have a huge impact on the game. And that's why you really do want to spend that 1,400 gems, under 5 pulls. And yeah, okay, dupes of the waifu is very important, don't get me wrong, but literally it's under 5 pulls. Are we really getting an SSR in under 5? It adds up. I know it does add up. That's 5 pulls every so months, or just under. I like to go for what's guaranteed, and these are guaranteed levels. And here's something that you can do. So let's say you don't know if you need battle data, core dust, or credits. What you can do is you can go to the outpost, you can go to the synchro device, and you go to enhance, and you click this button, use consumables here. Then you click auto select, and now it's going to select all your boxes. Scroll to the end, and you can see what's not being selected, and you can obviously see what is being selected. All of my core dust is being selected. I'm still hard up for core dust, not so much on credits, fortunately. Not so much, even more fortunately, not so much for battle data since it's so expensive. So I know at the Rico event, I want to do all 70 plus runs on core dust runs. And you can do this to keep on top of how many boxes you need just at all times of the game. So I'm doing all 74 of my runs on core dust because I know that's going to get me up to where I need. I myself am happy to buy credits if I need to buy credits. I don't think that I will need to, but if I need to, I need to. But there's lots of other ways to get boosted credits. There's these boxes that you can get over time that will give you three credits versus one box of core dust or battle data. Unfortunately, I don't have that in my inventory right now. I just pop them for credits automatically since it's 3 times the value. There's few places where that happens where you get the 3 times value credits, and that's where I pop that. This is a great daily to buy. You get so much value out of this daily. I still buy this daily, but here you can see that you get 3 times the amount here. But honestly, I wouldn't even buy this for credits, battle data, or core dust if I could help it. I really like it for the gold burst manuals and the gold skill manuals. These are really good value from this box. That's what I primarily use that box for. And probably the last thing and the most obvious thing is the bulletin board. Naturally, you're going to want to target the treasure item that you need most. For me, that's Moran. And once you've finished let's say you finished all the characters that you wanted to treasure, you don't have any other characters you want to treasure, you're going to pick the character that you finished treasuring because you get duplicates of that, right? And we can use the exchange system. It's 5 for 1. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. We can exchange those for the next treasure units. We get about 2 releases every year. So get yourself ready for the next release by doing a unit you've treasured already so that you can exchange. You can't exchange if you haven't treasured the unit. So you really want to be mindful of that. But I think that most people probably know this already. And that is probably the last thing to be mindful of doing dailies. I hope you found the advice useful in this video. Now, how to spend your consumables wisely is another topic I'd like to go into for another video. However, if something didn't make sense here, or you found something I said particularly helpful, please let me know in the comments. I want to do better for you. So until the next video,